Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, the stakes in cybersecurity, they've literally never been higher. Companies out there are absolutely scrambling for professionals who can actually prove they've got what it takes in the trenches. But how exactly do you prove it? Well, today we're breaking down the two most talked about certifications on the market to see which one actually moves the needle for you. I want you to take a quick second and just mentally look over your own resume. Where are you right now? And honestly, more importantly, where do you want to be in, say, 5 years? Because looking at the data from ISC², choosing between these two heavyweights isn't really about which one is inherently better. It's all about figuring out which one is the golden ticket for your specific career path. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for the Explainer. We're going to look at the cybersecurity certification landscape, then the CISSP leadership path, followed by the CCOSC beginner foundation. We'll throw them into a head-to-head matchup, and finally, help you strategize your next career move. Section 1. The cybersecurity certification landscape. Why certifications matter today. So that brings us straight to our two contenders. On one side, we've got the CISSP. This one is globally respected. It's essentially the go-to stamp of approval for professionals looking to manage security on a massive scale. And then, on the flip side, we have the CC, or Certified in Cybersecurity. This is the newest credential on the block, and it's designed specifically for those who are just stepping into the arena. Now, they're both offered by the exact same globally respected organization, but they serve entirely different stages of your career. Section 2. CISSP, the leadership path, the heavyweight credential. 5 years. Yup, 5 whole years. That is the massive amount of relevant, real-world work experience you need in 2 or more of the exam's domains just to be allowed to sit for the test. Now, if you hold a related college degree, you might be able to shave off 1 year, bringing it down to 4. But make no mistake, guys, this is a strict barrier to entry. You can't just hit the books and study your way into this one. You actually have to put your time in out in the field. And what exactly are you expected to know? Well, you're tested on some pretty extensive domains. We're talking everything from security and risk management to asset security, security engineering, identity and access management, security operations. You get the idea. It's the whole shebang. This beautifully illustrates why the CISSP is so highly regarded. It doesn't just test your technical know-how. It demands vital managerial skills. It proves you truly understand the legal compliance, the risk policies, and the big picture design that you absolutely need for real leadership roles. Section 3. CC, the beginner foundation, the rising star. 0. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that unlike the CISSP, the CCSA requires absolutely 0 prior work experience. None. You don't need a background in tech, and you certainly don't need years in the trenches. It is an incredibly accessible foundational credential. It basically removes those traditional barriers and allows anyone with the sheer dedication to learn to prove their baseline competence to employers. The knowledge tested here, it's all about those foundational building blocks, things like threat detection and mitigation, network security, and information assurance. You're essentially learning the vital basics of how to identify threats, keep networks secure, and protect data. And honestly, that makes the CC absolutely perfect for support team members, junior IT auditors, or really any aspiring analysts who are ready to land their very first big role. Section 4. The head-to-head matchup. The tail of the tape. All right, let's get into the matchup, starting with the overarching focus. CISSP is heavily managerial. Yes, sure, it has a technical mix, but it's really built for people who want to take charge of cybersecurity strategies and manage teams. It's all about that big picture business security system. The CISC, on the other hand, is a purely technical foundation. It's super hands-on, dealing strictly with the essential foundational threat detection basics you need to just get your foot in the door. Then there is the exam experience itself. And wow, they are different. The CISSP is a grueling test of endurance. We're talking a 4-hour marathon with up to 175 questions. Seriously, bring your coffee for that one. The CC, meanwhile, is a much more achievable, focused sprint. It's a flat 100 questions in 2 hours. Let's put the financials side by side too. The CISSP requires a pretty heavy investment. It's $749 just to take the exam. Now, for advanced professionals, the resulting bump and a senior level salary makes this easily worth it. But yeah, it's a steep upfront price. The CC, though, provides a highly accessible entry point for beginners, priced at just $199. It's a really low-risk, high-reward investment to jumpstart your career. Looking at the practical logistics, the outcomes are literally night and day.
With the CSSP, you're targeting top-tier roles. Think InfoSec manager or senior consultant. But you're also facing strict test center rules and a pretty brutal 30-day wait time if you happen to fail. The CCP? Well, that unlocks analyst and support roles. It's available entirely online, and it only makes you wait about 2 weeks if you stumble and need to retake it.
Section 5. Your next career move. Preparation and strategy. Look, preparation is everything here. For the sprawling CSSP, deep study materials and ISC² study groups are your absolute baseline. But the source material highlights a very specific, aggressive strategy for both of these exams using past paper practice exams. It specifically points to Cert Empire exam brain dumps as a highly effective tool to get familiar with the exact structure and the little traps you'll inevitably face. Practice tests aren't just a suggestion here. They are practically non-negotiable if you want to pass on your first try. So the crucial point is this. Passing the exam is literally just the beginning. I mean it. Maintaining your certification requires earning continuing professional education or CPE credits. Both paths force you to engage in ongoing learning to stay up to date with the latest trends and threats. The cybersecurity landscape, it literally changes daily. Earning these credits guarantees you actually maintain that competitive edge in the job market. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely critical question. What is your ultimate endgame? If you're ready to design the security architecture of tomorrow, well, the CISSP is your mountain to climb. But if you're hungry to break into the industry right now, today, the CEA is your launchpad. The industry is out there desperately waiting for proven talent. But you know what? It won't wait forever. So, which path will you choose to prove your worth?